Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Celtic Way pre-match show. This is the lineup reaction. It's Derby Day in Glasgow. It's Rangers v Celtic, Celtic v Rangers. My name is Ryan McGinley at the Ryan McGinley today. I'm delighted to be joined at Ibrox by Tony Haggerty at A Haggerty on the X handle. Tony, how are you doing this morning? Did you get there fine?
Yeah, lots of traffic build up, and if you can hear background noise, I'm in the Ibrox press room. Chatter's going away, so everybody buzzing about this game. Yeah, I'm here. I'm in situ, so can't wait. I came in into the news that Callum McGregor hadn't made it, but as we spoke all week, we were just as comfortable with Iwata being in there as well, weren't we? So yeah, obviously was fit, but not fit enough. Ryan, to start.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we get started and talking about the team that's right up there just now, let me just bring up the subs as well so I can say everything in the one mouthful. So, in fact, no, let me get to the sponsor first. This video, as always, is sponsored by MPH and Weissman. We're thrilled to have Weissman, who are a global leader in the boiler industry, known for their top-notch German engineering, sponsor our podcast. And what's more exciting, they've teamed up with Scotland's very own award-winning installation team, MPH Boilers, making this a perfect match right here in Scotland. Weissman's boilers are engineered to deliver not just warmth, but unparalleled efficiency and reliability. We're talking about cutting-edge technology that's designed to save you on energy bills and reduce emissions. And with MPH Boilers, you know you're getting service from the best in the business, a local team that's committed to excellence and customer satisfaction. As part of this incredible partnership, when you choose a Weissman boiler installed by MPH Boilers, you'll also get a free internet controller, making it a breeze to manage your heating anytime, anywhere. Plus, they're offering the first year service free. It's all about giving you peace of mind and making sure you're looked after. So, if your boiler is showing its age or you're considering an upgrade, this is your chance to get world-class engineering with local expert service. Weissman and MPH Boilers. It's a match made in Scotland. Make sure to check them out and take the first step towards a warmer, more efficient home. And before we get into talking about this team that is on the page at this moment in time, can I just ask everybody who hasn't joined already, please join us on the Celtic Way, 6 months of access for just £1 on there this afternoon. There'll be instant analysis from Tony, as well as player ratings from myself. If you subscribe just now, you'll also get a free Kyogo Furuhashi print from renowned football artist made by Frankie. Hopefully he's on the score sheet this afternoon. I know he's got number 8 on the back. Hopefully he's got 8 derby goals by the end of play today, at least. At celticway.co.uk/subscribe, £1 for 6 months. Really helps us in everything that we do, helps us continue to do these videos completely free. And yeah, let's get involved. Tony, let's talk about this team. So it's the same team that faced off last weekend against Livingston. In goals, it's Joe Hart. We've got a back four in the defence of Greg Taylor, Liam Scales, Cameron Carter-Vickers and Alistair Johnson. Tomoki Iwata's in the number 6 role. Cal McGregor didn't make the team. He's on the bench. He's joined by Rio Itati and Matt O'Reilly. Daizen Maeda and Kuhn are out on the wings, and Kyogo Furuhashi is up front. The subs this afternoon, or this lunchtime, are Scott Bain, Adam Ida, Yang Hyun Jun, Mike Nawrowski, Paulo Bernardo, Callum McGregor, the captain, James Forrest, Tony Ralston, and Stephen Welsh. First of all, what's your thoughts on the team? It's good to see some consistency, but a bit disappointed not to see Callum McGregor in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I think that was the big question mark, wasn't it? That everybody wanted to see Callum McGregor. He hasn't made it, but as I said all week, I'm comfortable with that team as well. And yeah, that front five, I think you're looking for to be the difference maker, aren't they? Or the difference makers. Hatate, O'Reilly, Maeda, Kyogo, and Kuhn. And we've spoken as well, touched upon it this week about this being Kuhn's breakout game. You're hoping that he can have a stormer, and if he does, then you're looking for the likes of Kyogo and O'Reilly and Hatate to maybe capitalise on that and get in and help Rangers in their penalty area in the box where you can help them most. But yeah, I'm as I say, I'm comfortable with that team as well. I would have preferred to see McGregor there, but I'm happy with that, Ryan.
Yeah, it gives him an opportunity. If he's on the bench, it means he can come onto the pitch in the last half hour, 20 minutes, and really make an impact in the game. That could be somewhere that's really, really important, especially Celtic go for the jugular in the last 20, 30 minutes. If they need their captain to come on and make an impact, they've got players like Cal McGregor, they've got Adam Ida to come on as well, Paulo Bernardo, who's got experience in this fixture now. But that team's strong. I look at the two teams. I've looked at Rangers lineup as well. I see that Ridvan Yilmaz hasn't made the team. It's Borna Barisic. Was it Barisic or was it Dujon Sterling? I know Dujon Sterling is playing, but that's a big blow not having Ridvan Yilmaz in the team. Yeah, so that's definitely an area that Kuhn can probably exploit down that on the left back position. Obviously, he's playing at right wing. Looking elsewhere in the team, they've had players that have really stepped up in this fixture in the past. You've got Rio Itati, who's no stranger to this fixture. Matt O'Reilly, even this season, is no stranger to this fixture. It's a big one for Iwata today. A real shot in the arm for him. Let's see if he can take it with both hands. How are you feeling about his inclusion? Because I think he's been one of Celtic's most steady players over the past few weeks.
I've got absolutely no qualms, Ryan, about Iwata being there. I think he's been pretty solid and dependable and reliable. But these are the games where you're judged on, aren't you? It's all right doing it against the likes of Livingston and whoever else, but St Johnstone, anybody else. But this is the game where you have to really step up to the plate. And as I say, let's see how comfortable we feel come 2 o'clock. But yeah, the manager's clearly had it in his mind that that's the team that he was going to play. It was the only question mark was, as I say, the skipper, who's clearly not made it, and he did say they gave him up till yesterday, didn't they, to prove his fitness. So probably just struggling a wee bit, but maybe could play a part, but not start the game or play the whole game. But that's a strong team, and we've got strong players on the bench. And I think you look at that Rangers defence, they're there to be got at.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both teams will feel like that.
Ryan.
Yeah, I think both teams will feel like that this afternoon, and I hope it's played in that manner, because you would trust Celtic's attackers to get on the end of things if they're being made by players like Hatate and O'Reilly. You're hoping that they can get service. Maeda can run down the channel. Kuhn can take his man on 1v1. I was just having a look at the Rangers team there. It's Dujon Sterling that will play at left back, so it'll be Nicholas Kuhn against Dujon Sterling. Two players that are new to this fixture, you would say. Kuhn, this is his first experience of it. I think Dujon Sterling played. In fact, he did play in the last game. He's one of Rangers' better players on the day. That's going to be an interesting battle. Dujon Sterling seems to be one of these players that is trusted to play in a number of positions. But, if you look at that in other ways, sometimes maybe that's because he doesn't know where his best position is. It can work in either favour or in either hand. For Kuhn today, I think we should talk about him and discuss him a bit more at length. He's been a player that's really, really came to life in a Celtic jersey. But today's the acid test. Today's the big moment for him. Can he step up when it matters? It's good doing it against Livingston and St Johnstone. No disrespect to them. They're other members of this league. And not to make up the numbers, but they're teams that are more down at the bottom of the table. It's up to him to see if he can do it against Rangers. There's no bigger test domestically than Rangers at Ibrox. Let's see if he can do it.
Ryan, this is every Celtic player's stage today. It's not a title decider per se, but you can grab a real stranglehold on the destination and the destiny of the title today. And there's no bigger stage to perform on than Ibrox. You've got no supporters, lots of things. You can slant it whatever way you want, that everything's against you. Whatever the official is who he is, deal with it. The only way to deal with it is to play your game. And I look at the Rangers team, and I'm more focused on the Celtic team. There's players in that team that can hurt Rangers. They're going to have to turn up and perform though. But if they do, then I've got every confidence in them being able to hurt Rangers. And listen, it's I'm not underestimating Rangers in any shape or form. We've got a couple of debutants. Sometimes the first experience of the derby can pass you by. I don't want to be saying that about Kuhn, as we're talking about, but it's a big day for Kuhn. This is what he signed Celtic for. He said he's played big games for Bayern and Ajax. Prove it. Let's see that you've learned something from those stages that you played with for Bayern and Ajax, and bring it to this table. Because these are games where you're heroes. You enter into Celtic folklore and history. You can turn it on in this kind of game, and the stage is set for someone to go out there to be a hero in green and white. And I think that there's lots of potential there for quite a few of them to be that man.
With all due respect to Kuhn as well, this is the second team that he's talking about when he's playing for Ajax and Bayern Munich. He's not had anything like this whatsoever. He can talk about Bayern Munich v 1860. Munich has been a big derby. This is a whole different kettle of fish. The Glasgow derby, it's absolutely massive, and this is a big. I know he'll have had rivalries in Austria, but nothing. I don't think anything in world football compares to what he's going to be playing in today. So he's got to be ready for that.
No, nothing will rival this. But I'm saying he talks about that mentality. Let's see that you've got that mentality to handle a situation like this. You're being trusted over Yang. It might have been a toss-up, but my thoughts on the yellow jersey, and he's been playing really, really well. So this is it. People always say, "Oh, can you do it on a wet, windy night in Forfar? Can you do it on a windy Sunday at Ibrox?" That's the game where you can make or break your kind of Celtic careers. And if you can step up to the plate today, then you'll know that you have a player on your hands moving forward, somebody that you can trust for the big occasion. And I'm looking at Kuhn to play for an hour, over an hour, and then Yang to come on and make his impact as well, make his mark on this fixture too. So that's the great thing about the bench. But it's a really big occasion for Kuhn. Show that desire, show that hunger. Show that you want the ball and keep going at your defender like he has done recently. Just pick up the ball and keep going, because that's how you'll profit. Just get up and at them and attack Rangers, because I think that, as I say, I think the defence is there to be got at. Same as our own defence, they might be targeting certain individuals as weak links. That's fine. Celtic will have to deal with that. But I'm looking, as I say, Hatate, O'Reilly, Maida, Kyogo and Kuhn. That offensive five for me is where the game's going to be won and lost today.
Yeah. Everybody in the comments section, we've got over 360 people. I knew it was going to be a good turnout today. Hopefully it's as good a turnout at the end of the game too. Get your score predictions in the comment section, and I'll try and read out as many as we can. It's going to be a bit of a shorter show today, just due to the situation that we find ourselves in. We don't want to keep it going for too long, or longer than it needs to be. But we've got a pre-match show, and we're trying to make it as long as feasibly possible. Before we wait for those predictions to come in, looking at that defence, I think over the past 5-6 games, alongside Nicholas Kuhn, I think one of Celtic's best players has been Alistair Johnston. Now, he had a baptism of fire the first time. It was his first derby game was at Ibrox, and that mad 2 each game. I thought he was Celtic's best player on the day. How important is he now as a sort of veteran of these fixtures? I know there's loads of there's some debutants like Nicholas Kuhn, etc., etc. There's Iwata making one of his first starts in a Glasgow derby. How important is a player like Johnson? Having that solidity down that right hand side as well from Carter Vickers and Alistair Johnston. How important are they going to be, and how good is it to see them both fit, having that sort of American twosome at the back there that are ready for this big fixture?
Alistair Johnston's been immense the past few games, hasn't he? He's came right onto a game after his form, taking a real dip. And so, but I think he's just one of 11 vitally important players for Celtic today. Every one of those guys must turn up line. We can't have 2 or 3 off it. If there's 2 or 3 off it, then, you're in for a rude awakening. Let's put it that way. And but Johnston's been a vital cog in that machine. He's been linking well with Kuhn. He supplied a couple of crosses for assists recently. So we're hoping
Adamida at Motherwell.
Yeah, and Adamida for Dundee against Dundee as well. So it's these are all vital links in the chain of your Celtic team that are functioning just now, and it's functioning quite well, which is maybe another reason why the manager went with the status quo and didn't want to risk McGregor from the start. The conventional wisdom saying, "I'll put in McGregor," but the manager's as pragmatic as they come. This is a team that he thinks that can start the game. It's not the team that will end the game. It's certainly the team that he's comfortable with and starting and help me get in, manoeuvring yourself into a position where you can win the game and then bring on players and to hopefully increase a lead or just see it out, that kind of thing. So I'm happy. But Johnston I've been happy with the past few weeks. As I say, I think everybody was a bit concerned that he'd maybe dropped off a wee bit, but he's back on it. And yourself, Johnston loves the combat, doesn't he? He's a nice hockey player, Ryan. He likes a scrap, doesn't he? So it's this will have no fears for him. Let's put it that way.
Strangely enough, and I was actually looking this up over the past couple of days, that fighting is encouraged and almost encouraged in ice hockey. It's incredible. It's probably one of the last professional sports out with combat sports to have that. He knows all about being a combatant, and he'll need to be one today, albeit within the rules of the law, the footballing laws today. But I'm sure he can hold that. He can hold that that sort of what would you call that? Controlled aggression, possibly. if he can get that happy medium between, you're muted.
Yeah, controlled aggression. Yeah, I mean that's what
absolutely.
it is. You have to. It's a time for cool heads, Ryan. But if you're going to, you want to be as competitive as possible. But you channel that and control it and rein yourself in, possibly. But I get back to it. The best one for that, the coolness and calmness personifies the manager. So he'll have drilled it into his players. No, you're no used to me sitting up there if you're going to do something rash. But I listen to the manager, and I think if that transmits to the players, then Celtic will be fine. They know what to do. You know, you talk about assignments and all that. I think everybody knows exactly what's at stake today and an understanding of the assignment today. So, you know, just be strong, be competitive, but be sensible and be streetwise as well. You know, and whatever factors come into play, you have to deal with it, Ryan. Right? If you want to win titles, you're going to have to come here and win and deal with whatever's thrown at you and maybe react to adversity as well. So, yeah, that's a team for me that's capable of doing that because they've been in this movie before so many times. Most of them, they've been over the course and terrain. So, yeah, I have no fears at all. I say that Friday, I don't have I'm never scared coming to Ibrox because I know if they turn up and they play, then there's a great chance of success. And I think there's a great chance of success today when I look at that team, but they've got to turn up and play.
Absolutely. I've got loads of score predictions just started just now, so I'll go through a few of them. Chris Murray says 3-1 to Celtic. Mark McQueen says 3-1 Celtic as well. Mario Venditti says 2-1 to Celtic. Hazel Finn says 3-1. I'm guessing that's to Celtic due to them being the away side. David Cassidy, 3-1 Celtic. Seems to be a very popular scoreline. Would take that at full time. That is for sure. James Mizzen Pedant says 3-1 to Celtic. Tim Manon says 2-1. Rian says 2-1. Alistair Jack says 2-1. And Dennis says 2-1 as well. So it seems like they're expecting both teams to score, but Celtic to be the winners on the day. Let me just hide that current comment. I've went 17 minutes without talking about Rio Hatate, which must be some sort of record for myself.
A world record for you, yeah.
Yeah. After such a good performance last weekend against Livingston, I know this is a completely different atmosphere altogether. It's a better pitch to begin with, but it's massive. This is how he can announce his return to proceedings from now until the end of the season. He's got 7-8 games at most to really make this a successful season for himself as well as Celtic. He's the player that can single-handedly change games with his guile, his athleticism, and his passing, and he's shooting as well. He's got previous in this fixture. How important is he going to be? Alongside Matt O'Reilly, but Rio Hatate in that number 8 role, he's going to be right in the thick of things. He's got to be there defensively and offensively, but if the real Rio Hatate turns up, as we talk about, it's going to be something to behold, isn't it?
Yeah, you saw him last week. Look, he played as if he'd never been away. Manager spoke about him always playing with his head up and ability to open up the pitch without even touching the ball. Right, and that's an art. That's not a skill. And this guy's got it in abundance. And today, yeah, if fit back into the side seamlessly, turn it on today. And again, that's why I think Celtic's chances are heightened. I know the mood music coming into it, and lots of experts are tipping Rangers to win. That's fine, that's their prerogative. But I've been watching the two teams, and I've been watching Celtic kind of, on an upward trajectory. Let's put it that way. And this game will hold no fears for the likes of Hatate and O'Reilly. Make no mistake about that. So I've got no qualms about them being able to stamp their authority in this game and be creative and aided and abetted by the likes of Maeda and Kuhn, with hopefully Kyogo the recipient. And you won't put it past Kyogo to get his 8th derby goal, do you? At the very least. But I'm looking at Hatate and O'Reilly today. They're big game players for me. I think these are the games that flick the switch. And again, this is just another one in a line of big games that they've had playing for Celtic. And I have no qualms about Hatate, no reservations about them not being able to come here and turn it on under this pressure. But that's why players sign for Celtic. This is what you want. For games like this is what football is all about. Let's be honest.
Yeah. as we said, it was going to be a bit of a shorter podcast because we need to get everything sorted and ready for the big game. We'll be doing instant analysis as well as player ratings. We'll have both of them up as soon as possible after full time. If you would like to join us on that, then please visit the Celtic Way website at celticway.co.uk/subscribe. You'll get 6 months of access for a single £1. And you'll also get a free Kyogo Furuhashi print from renowned football artist made by Frankie, and they will be getting sent out very, very soon to those that have already made the plunge and subscribed. Tony, final sort of point before we end off this stream. What is your prediction for today? How do you see this going? Do you not want to jinx it, or are you happy to put your neck on the line for a prediction?
I'll put my neck on the line. I had two score lines in my head. 2-0 was my first one, and then I thought maybe 3-1. So I think it'll be either or of them. I think Celtic will win. So I'm going to say 2-0 or 3-1. That's my prediction, with Kyogo scoring at least twice.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go 3-1. I'm confident about today. I see the players that are on the park. They've got experience of winning this fixture before. Brendan Rodgers has won this fixture twice already this season with maybe weaker teams, you would say, in terms of man by man. I know that McGregor was in place and he was instrumental in both victories, but there's a chance today. There's a chance to really stamp their authority back all over this league, and let's hope that they do so. We will be live at some point after the game, once all the press conferences are over, once the instant analysis and the player ratings are out as well. Please keep an eye out on the website for everything that we do, www.celticway.co.uk/subscribe. We're getting ever so closer to the target that we set out in our latest campaign of getting subscribers through the door and onto the website. We thank everybody that's joined us so far. Fingers crossed that Celtic get the business done today and they move 4 points clear of Rangers in the title race. Let's see what happens. Enjoy the game, everybody. We'll be back as soon as we can. And yeah, just enjoy it and savour the occasion. Cheers, guys, and we'll see you after the game.